Ladies and germs, welcome back to Crypto Scene Investigation, where we have a look at different crypto projects and see whether or not they're going to be worth investing in. Today we'll be looking at Goldfinch. Now, I've got a few little disclaimers before everything. If you like what I do on this channel, please consider liking and subscribing, and potentially commenting some nice things, because that'd be awesome. Essentially, part of my goal is to make a community based around finding out the truth behind projects. So if you have any information which I didn't mention in this video, which you want to add, please add it in the comments below. So whether you agree or disagree, yeah, just be kind in the comments. That's what I ask. Don't just be like, you suck, do better research, because that doesn't really help. But anyway, so yeah, and also, last disclaimer, this is not to be considered as financial advice. So please only take it in a entertainment, educational, and inspirational purpose. So, Goldfinch. Let's have a look. What is Goldfinch exactly? You guys see the chart, don't you? But we'll look at that soon. So Goldfinch. Goldfinch is a decentralized credit protocol for crypto loans without crypto collateral. By incorporating the principle of trust through consensus, and using different types of off-chain collateral, the Goldfinch protocol creates a way for borrowers to show creditworthiness based on more than just their crypto assets. This is the missing piece that finally unlocks crypto lending in emerging markets and in other places where crypto can truly empower financial inclusion. The protocol is already serving thousands of end borrowers across India, Mexico, Nigeria, and Southeast Asia. So let's have a look at what exchanges this is on. So we have it on Coinbase Exchange, which I believe just got added. So there would have probably been some news somewhere where I think either it got listed on the 11th, I think. Yeah, so you can get it on gate.io. I do have a link in my description for that if you wanted to sign up to that. But yeah, so Coinbase, for it to be on Coinbase is pretty big. Because I believe that Coinbase is an American-only exchange. Could be wrong, but hey, we'll continue looking. So, I believe that these stats are only from Coinbase, because I don't think that they have actually got any stats from anywhere else. So as we can see, so from the 11th, or well, it says from the 12th here, so which would have been, sorry, my 12th, but everybody else's 11th. So it went up to $22 or $32, sorry. And then went whew, and then dropped all the way back down to like $13, and so we're currently sitting at about 11. So let's actually have a look at some of the holders while we're on this page. And this is pretty concerning for me. But we will have a look a little bit deeper later in the video regarding some of these numbers. But if we have a look at the top 5 wallets, the top 5 holders, look at these numbers. I don't like that. I don't like 48%, 25%, and 12%. So I'm assuming, now if anybody has any information about this, please post on the comments. I did join the Discord and I tried to, get some help in there, but nobody helped me, so I was like, alright. So yeah, they've got like 40,000 members on Discord, by the way, in case you're wondering. The community's active-ish. Yeah. So if anybody knows what these wallets are, please do tell me, because I did try to read the tokenomics, which we will be going through shortly. So yeah, so maybe we can sort of jump back and forth and see what we can find out about that. So, BSC Check. Unfortunately, we couldn't use Token Sniffer for this video, but BSC Check, this is what we've got. So buy and sell, cool. So contract owner not renounced. And cannot check dev wallets. So yeah, so pretty much a similar amount of information which we've already looked at, so that's fine. So let's have a look at the Reddit stats. So they've currently got 120 members, and it doesn't look like there's too much community interaction. It looks like there's probably more, I guess, questions being asked, if anything. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, the community interaction is a bit dryish on Reddit. So the fact that the actual interaction is a bit dryish on Reddit and Discord is a bit it's a bit concerning, but yeah. So it looks like, how long has this Reddit been around for? So created on the 12th of January. Dude, these guys have only been around for like 2 days. What? So yeah. So I'm not really, there's probably not going to be any Reddit stats regarding that, so we'll probably just have to move on. So yeah, I'm probably picking at the wrong things then, looking at the Reddit things. So yeah, we'll move on. So this user was created on July the 3rd. So this is their Twitter. So hopefully this will give us a little bit more insight into what the community interaction is like with this. So yeah, as we can see, so they've actually spoken about some of the tokenomics there, which is awesome, which is fantastic and good. These guys do not look like spam comments because they're just casually answering genuine or asking genuine questions, so that's fine. And then the similar thing as well. So yeah, so no, I wouldn't say that these guys are sort of paying for spam comments, which is awesome. So they got 44,000 followers. And let's have a look at the followers of the last 30 days. -2. That's interesting. I feel like I haven't seen many minuses from people who have looked up, but that's okay. So they've had about 3,000 in the last 30 days. So it looks like a bunch of these people are actually more sort of long-term followers, which is quite cool. So a bunch of the early supporters are pretty big into this. So we will have a continual look at this. Actually, I'll just quickly check something. Total supply. Okay, cool. So 100. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I can see what's actually happening here. So what we actually have, so it looks like, so they probably have release schedules for these wallets here, is my guess, because currently there is only about 5 million which is actually circulating. Also, the market cap is 58 million and it is ranked 563. So they have a max supply of 114 million. So yeah, so that's why these are pretty much not released yet, which I feel like would probably make sense. But we will continue having a look at the extra tokenomics as well. So let's have a look at some Google Trends. The reason why I didn't search up just straight Goldfinch is because there's a movie called Goldfinch, and also it's a bird. So yeah, so we'll have a look at the last 12 months to see what the sort of general trend has been. So Goldfinch crypto is in blue, and then GFI is in red. So GFI could stand for something else. We will have a look. So it looks like GFI does stand for 2 other things. One of them is there's possibly more, but one of them is a IT company, and so an IT software company, and the other one is a, what was the other one? I just saw it. The plant-based, they do like plant-based meats, I believe. So yeah, so neither of these should probably be absolutely trusted in terms of what they're like, because we could also be getting searches from other sources, from other general, I guess, things. So that's why I did type in Goldfinch crypto, and as we can see, there hasn't been a whole lot of, I guess, hype around that sort of thing. Or I mean, sorry, now that we've removed that, so as we can see, the comparison would be, yeah, so that probably would have had its 100 there, so that's fine. Yeah, but it hasn't really had many searches, if anything. So 92 searches, 80, well, sorry, not 92. Interest. So let's have a look at some of these tokenomics. So this is the actual pie chart showing their various tokenomics. So we have liquidity providers, auditors, borrowers. So these are fine here. Backers, so I believe that backers, so we will have a look a little more into that afterward. Contributors, treasury, Warbler Labs. Warbler Labs is allocated a separate organization spun out from the early Goldfinch team that will contribute to the Goldfinch community and broader DeFi ecosystem. The tokens are subject to a 3-year unlock schedule with an initial 6-month lockup and 12-month transfer restriction. What would have been helpful is if they had if they maybe had like a little kind of chart which sort of showed a little bit of their release schedule. But this is fine, so this isn't bad. So as we can see, 50% of the actual allocation will be for early and future team and early supporters. So 50% is a huge amount. But as I was saying, I do believe that this is a part of these big wallets here, is a part of the actual release schedule. So we will actually have a look as to a little bit behind that. So early supporters, for instance, so there are about over 60 plus early supporters who invested $37 million to help build the protocol. So these supporters are all long-term oriented and have a 3-year unlocks and have 3-year unlock schedules, as well as an initial 6-month lockup and 12-month transfer restriction. So I think that's awesome. So that's 21% done, right? And then you have another 28%. So what is the 28%? Is allocated to the early Goldfinch team of 25 plus employees, advisors, and contractors. Full-time contributors are subject to 4 or 6-year unlock schedules, and part-time contributors are subject to 3-year unlock schedules. All with initial 6-month lockups and 12-month transfer restrictions. So I think personally that it seems quite good. I think that in terms of the tokenomics, usually I'll be like, nah, this is bad, man, don't invest. But I feel like for me, that's generally more along the lines of like if they get all of that sort of allocation right away, right? So yeah, so I believe that they probably do actually have that kind of set in stone. Maybe they might be able to unlock that somehow, which then could cause a rug pull for this sort of thing. But I have actually watched an interview with 2 of the actual team members. So 2 of the team members which I saw in the interview, we had Blake West, which we will be having a look at his LinkedIn profile as well, and another guy called Michael Saul, however you pronounce his last name. Yeah, so and they are talking about this as if it is a very good long-term project. So I think that's quite good. So yeah, so I personally, when it comes to the tokenomics with this project, I don't think the tokenomics are bad. I think that they are quite safe or solid, or if we sort of compare the tokenomics to other various cryptocurrency projects. Of course, there are better projects or I have seen better tokenomics with other projects, but I wouldn't say that this is currently bad, if that makes sense. Yeah, because not all of those tokens are currently released, because as we can see, the current circulating amount is only 4% of that total 114. Cool. So let's have a look at what we can find out. What else we can find out from the website. Goldfinch is a decentralized credit protocol for crypto loans without collateral. This is yep, we've already read that. Real world impact. Goldfinch expands access to capital in emerging markets where crypto can truly empower financial inclusion. Cool. 200,000 plus borrowers and growing. So remember, we had a look at these countries. So India, Mexico, Nigeria, Southeast Asia. Stable 10% plus yield. High quality borrowers provide expected 10 to 14% APY from real world activity uncorrelated with crypto. So they sort of talk a little bit about how it works with the liquidity providers, the supply senior pool, the how it allocates, so borrower pools, borrowers, backers, and supply, and all that sort of jazz. So that's fine. So our partners, let's have a look at some of these guys. So with any of the partnerships, by the way, so I haven't actually gone and confirmed whether or not these partnerships are legit. So if any of you guys want to do that, you are very welcome to, and you're welcome to sort of comment and let me know if the partnerships are as legit as they may be. So we partner with highly reputable lending businesses with years of strong performance. Here's just a few. So we've got PayJoy, Aspire, Alma, and QuickCheck. I don't know any of those, but you guys might. Early contributors. Now, what's interesting is that I tried to look for the specific team page with these guys, right? But I could not find a team page. All I could really find was early contributors, and I also saw some of these peeps down here as well. But we will have a look. So here's some of these guys. So I did have a look at some of the LinkedIns. This one, it says Singapore, which is interesting because most of the team seems to be based in San Francisco. except for this fellow here who says that he's in Singapore. So he's had a few, I guess, decent-ish things. I mean, head of Asia origination, which is cool. Another fellow, Andrew, so he's head of operations, and he's done a few other things. So he's been a co-founder, a business development manager as well. So those are pretty good. So what's a bit annoying is that we don't see their role. So all we really see is their names and what they used to do. So that's a little bit disappointing. And the fact that I couldn't just easily select their LinkedIn. So Goldfinch, if you're watching this, please consider making it a little bit easier for those such as myself who want to get details. I did also do a little bit of reverse image searching to actually make sure that like these were actual real people, and yeah, these guys are real people from what I could find. Yeah, so head of design. So she's done a few things: co-organizer, senior UX designer, so co-founder, senior backend engineer. So these guys have all had some sort of experience within these fields, which makes me think that that they aren't just a bunch of randoms on the street, right? So they are people. I mean, Airbnb engineering manager, like angel investors. So I mean, I don't really know what an angel investor is. Yeah, so I mean, this fellow Ian was one of the founders of Giraffe, software engineer, research analyst, founder. So yeah, and so a bunch of them do actually have various experiences with Coinbase. So a bunch of them have previously been with Coinbase. So for instance, Blake West, he was previously a senior engineer at Coinbase. And the fellow who we saw just before, so Mark, he was also a staff engineer at Coinbase, and also this other fellow, Michael, was the head of product analytics at Coinbase. So, and also head of data science at Medium. That's pretty incredible. So yeah, credit risk at Goldman Sachs. Dang. So I mean, you have some impressive people here. You do have some impressive people here with some pretty impressive experiences. So we also have supported by world-class investors and advisors. I'm not going to read out all the names, but the ones which I recognize are Coinbase Ventures and I think A Capital. The other ones I don't really know that well. And these are also some of the other people who have been investors, and so we can see some of the people. And then so all of these guys would come or should come underneath this early supporters 21.6%, which is the early supporters, which is 37 million or what have you, right? So yeah, so at least that's sort of what I think anyway. Yeah, so my sort of, one thing which we didn't have a look at is seeing if they actually have a roadmap. So it doesn't look like there's really much of a roadmap which I can see for these guys. So I believe that they probably have these phase 1 things. So that's a bit, I don't want to call it concerning, but it's disappointing. That I can't really see a roadmap with these guys, because yeah, I would have sort of hoped that that they would have had maybe like a here is what we are gonna do, and then this is our future sort of thing. Yeah, but yeah, so that's really unfortunate. So I sometimes use Coindar as one of my places to find roadmaps. And they say listing on Coinex, which was added 7 hours ago. So I don't know if that is actually upcoming or if that has actually been done properly. Goldfinch GFI listing. So okay, so that is UTC on the 13th, which yeah. Yeah, so I'd say that's a bit annoying, a bit disappointing. But anyway, my thoughts on the project. I would say you probably can invest in this. I would say that it's probably actually going to go up from here is my expectation, because I think that some guys probably just took advantage of the whole pump and dump thing. They went whoop. So yeah, the fact that these guys have a bunch of locked in tokenomics, and in terms of the actual sort of release schedules and everything, that like we are looking at a 3-year release schedule. And then so some of the early and future team is a 4 to 6 year unlock schedule. So yeah. So that doesn't really concern me too much. I feel like that's quite fine. Yeah. So anyway, guys, if you really liked what you saw and you have enjoyed it, please consider joining / subscribing to my Patreon. It would really help because, as I say, I really want to get like an awesome community going on here. So you can get access to Discord community and early access, and you can have special requests and votes and everything. Yeah. So please do that, and also please do like and subscribe to this video, because every little bit helps. Alright guys, see you later.